Hello, I'm Eva Safar, and today I'd like to talk to you about your seven-figure vision statement. Now, I know a lot of people have talked about having a vision or a mission, but today I want to kind of go into it a little bit and give you a different perspective to think about. So imagine you're riding a bicycle and you're the rider of the bicycle. The front tire represents everything about you, the life you want to live, how you want to show up as a person, how you want to be as a leader, as a parent, as a sibling, as a child to your family. Um, and if you think about the front tire of the bicycle being your personal vision, that's going to set the direction and guide you to where you want to go. Now, you're the one with the handlebars and you can pedal as fast as you want, but you know what's going to give you fuel? That's your income source. That's the back tire. That is your company vision. And oftentimes, when I talk to business owners, they have a vision for their company or what they want to achieve out of their company, but not so much out of their personal life. But let me tell you, when those two are aligned, you get to ride the bike, you get to set the direction, go as fast as you want, and you don't fall off the bike. Said in another way, when those two are aligned and you are making decisions that align with your personal vision and that are in alignment with your company vision, you're going to stay on that bicycle, be able to ride as far as you want, and know that you are prioritizing and making the best decisions that are good for you and your business. And that goes to your employees and your clients and everybody else. So let's talk about this a little bit more. Now, I want to show you sort of what it takes to write a really good personal vision statement. It's really an act of discovery on yourself. So first, it gives you a chance to introspect, to think about you. What really drives you? What really motivates you? What do you get to do that doesn't really feel like work? I know for me, talking to people, having friendships and relationships is not work at all. This is a part of my life and something that I absolutely enjoy. So think about what that means for you. What is not work for you? Clarity and focus, kind of anytime you're making a specific reason for doing something and you are able to zone in on it and you have more clarity and focus on where you're going, chances are you're going to get there a little bit faster than even you expected. And then the next thing, consistent guidance. Now, this is a very important one. And I know that you may have seen it when you walk into certain big companies or banks, they have a vision statement on their wall. There's a reason why companies do that. And let's take that same reason and apply it to ourselves personally. Whatever vision you come up with, print it out, put it in your office. It could be a little tiny thing, it could be a post-it note, but have your vision there because it will provide you with consistent guidance to kind of go back to your North Star. Am I heading in the direction that I wanted to go? Just think about that a little bit. And now, the process of writing a personal vision statement, a lot of people have a bit of a struggle with this. So a vision. It's sort of taking a look forward. Now, if you were to imagine a camera on the upper corner of a room as you walk in, the end of this year or in 5 years, what do you want that camera to see? Who are you showing up as? And here's a few ways that I would recommend going into that. Think about your role model. Is there somebody you look up to, alive, or gone, somebody you've personally known or somebody you've paid attention to. Perhaps it's a writer, perhaps it's a speaker that you've been really admiring. So think about that person. What are the attributes or the demeanor or the structure in that person presents themselves? And now think about your future self. Remember that camera in the corner? So as you walk in, who do you want to see walking into that room? And think about your life roles. Like I mentioned, you're a sibling, you're a child, you're a parent, you're a boss, you're a leader in pretty much everywhere that you go. How do you want to fit your life goals? And who do you want to show up as? Draft this out. Write up a version of it and carry it with you for a couple of weeks and add to it, tweak from it. At the end, it needs to be refined so that it is something absolutely inspiring, some goal or some vision that you see for yourself out there that if you can imagine it in your mind, you start creating it and you start becoming that person. That's sort of the process. And now a little guideline for making decisions, right? Or what goes into your personal vision. So you have to answer for yourself. What do you want from life? Perhaps it's a work-life balance. Perhaps it's spending more time with the kids or taking more vacations, or maybe there's some bucket list items that you've had out there. One of the things I can tell you that really did a number on me was when my uncle had passed away. He was only 54. And I saw all the people talking about him after he passed and what a wonderful human being he was and what he did emotionally and spiritually for so many people. I want to be remembered like that. So maybe that's a way that I know it might be a little bit dark, but that's a way to kind of think about how do I want to be remembered? Or what is the legacy I want to leave behind for the people that know and love me? What do I want to have accomplished by the end of my life? And where do I want my time spent? Like I mentioned, maybe it's on vacation, maybe it's with the kids or grandkids, maybe it's more physical workouts, maybe it's prioritizing your own health and well-being. And here's another one. What are my talents? This goes back to what is easy for you to do that shows up in your life that doesn't feel like work, but it's actually enjoyable. That I would call your talents. Tap into that. And now just a little bit more about the vision statement, but really it's here to help you clarify your choices. It helps you identify what values you are and what drives you forward. So just think about your own personal brand, right? Who are you and how do you want to be showing up in the world? And writing about yourself on paper, it's such a creative process. It starts building that person you want to be, that you aspire to be in your mind. And it helps you start making the choices and decisions that that person would make. And you know what? That person in your mind is already the future version of that success, however, whatever it means to you. And you start making decisions based on who you want to be. Guess what? You're going to start to see that person in front of you in the mirror start to appear a lot quicker than you would have even expected. That's the beauty and the magic of having a personal vision statement that really brings you to life and sets the objectives of what you want to do. So if this has been helpful to you, I want to let you know there are plenty of ways that we can work together. I invite everybody for a one-on-one conversation. I want to let you know that TAB has advisory boards, and this is business owners like you and I that get together on a monthly basis, and we work on our time together to clarify and create and advise one another on things that come up in our business. And typically those are around time, money, people, vision, strategy, or even exit. And this is where business owners, also in the same shoes as you, help to work through some of these things with you. The beauty of that is each one of them has a different perspective and a different experience in life and in business that they've dealt. And so by sitting in a safe space and speaking with other business owners about whatever is challenging you, you get some real-time advice. And remember, you've created your own personal and company vision. You get to make the decision of what you're going to do with it, the advice that you've been given, and how you're going to let it show up so that it serves you to achieve the things that were maybe a challenge for you. Now, let me tell you about a typical tap board. So everybody gets together, we greet one another. I do a lot with a score of 1 to 10. How do you feel today on a score of 1 to 10? And everybody sort of gives their updates, and then we go around the room, and everyone gives an update on where they were from last month's challenge. And then we go one by one, and everybody brings up a topic, which could be a challenge or an opportunity or something that they're facing in their business today to gain perspective from the others around the table of how they would solve that. And so it's done by a lot of questions and answers, and then we go around, and the person in the hot seat gets to sit in and absorb all the advice given. And one of the things I always say is be attached to nothing and open to everything that you're going to hear. Just listen to see what comes to you. Then at the end, you get to make the decision of what you want to be moving forward with. Um, we also do business coaching here at the Alternative Board. So, in between our monthly board meetings with the other business owners, I work with you directly one on one. I have what I call a business builder's blueprint. It goes everything from a personal and a company vision through our values, our strategic advantage, our unique value proposition, strengths and weaknesses, all the way through our strategic plan and our key performance indicators to make sure that we stay on track. Even though we lay this out for a year or two or whatever time frame, we break it down into digestible 90-day or quarterly goals to make sure that we are achieving the things that move you forward in the direction that you want to be moving forward with. So definitely, coaching is an option. And then finally, for companies of larger teams that perhaps have a leadership organization, I work with the business owner and their leadership team to really take the the work of a business owner and apply the capabilities and the skill sets and the leadership that the team that works for you has to have them step up and take on more of the leadership, allowing you to sort of be your own director of the company without having to wear all the hats, make all the decisions, and spend all your time in the business. In fact, it will free the business owner up to spend time working on the business while you have your strategic leadership team transformed into thinking like a business owner. And when you get to step away from the day to day, guess what? That's when you get to be more creative. That's when you come up with more ideas and suggestions that you can put into the business in a systematic way versus the idea of the day. So I welcome a conversation with everybody, and I hope that you have found this exercise helpful. Have a great day. Thank you.